Welcome back to the channel. Here's a little tweak to the presentation of a phenomenal winter bait, the jerkbait. This triggers more bites when it gets cold and fish get sluggish. Stay tuned and watch for yourself.
Big one. There you go. Little forker. There's a secret little trick that I use in the wintertime when they're on a jerkbait bite. And some days they just don't want that erratic twitch pause. I see a bunch of them chasing the bait, but they'll get right up to it and not take it. When that's happening, one of the tricks that I use sometimes is I'll go to just a steady, slow retrieve, and it makes it have a little tight wiggle, like a little crankbait, like an old shad wrap or flicker shad, something with a nice tight wiggle. In the winter cold months, minnows tend to have a really tight wiggle and not such an erratic cadence. So try that when you're on a jerkbait bite and they're not eating jerkbait. Just give it a nice slow roll, and all of a sudden I just paused that one, and when I started picking up again, it was already there pulling. See if I can't duplicate that. We've caught about 6 or 7 already doing it, and they just won't hit that erratic twitch pause of the jerkbait. So fish that like a crankbait. Let's try it.
Before we go forward, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and you can keep up with all the new content we put out on a weekly basis.
Another one. Swimming that jerkbait. Another decent one too. Just slow winding it, just like a small crankbait. That jerkbait lip doesn't dive it too deep too, so it stays above any of this Florida grass. So it's a good alternative to a tight wobbling crankbait that gets a little too deep. Just swim that jerkbait along. They hit it hard. Another decent one. They hit it just like they would a crankbait. Just pound it. Good one. Another good one. Swimming that jerkbait just like a crankbait. Well, they hit it too. They don't mess around. She's mad. Cook again. Another fish pushing 3, 2.5 probably. belly. These are staging areas. They're about ready to get a spawn, and they're just holding out here in the slightly deeper water, waiting for the weather to get right. Man, they hit it hard. They hit it like they mean business. Going pickerel. Ooh, almost broke. That bait almost went bye-bye. I contemplated not swinging it for that exact reason, but they scare me. The longer you keep them out there, the more chances they're gonna they're gonna break your line or something. Not the kind we wanted. Glad to have the bait back. Good opportunity though for me to show you how I'm rigging this thing. I'm putting a little loop knot in it, just so it has a little more action and a lot more fluid of a wobble. If you don't know how to tie a loop knot, there's a bunch of videos online that show you how to do it. You could use a split ring, and most good jerk baits already have one. This one just didn't have one on there, so there you have it. Small loop knot right in front of my bait. Always cinch everything up nice and tight. Check your knots after you tie them. Get back at it. Oh, that's a gigantic one. I mean, that one is a big one. A true giant right here. If I can, it looks like about 5-6 pounds. Gotta let her play herself out because she's a big one. I mean, that's a big a trophy. It's not a trophy, but it's a big fish. Anything about that? Look at the way she got that. I felt her miss it the first time. I thought I felt one swipe at it. It might not have been her, but I felt one swipe at it and just kept on winding it, and it got closer to the boat and she smashed it. Oh, it's every bit of. I got this analog scale because my digital ones tend to break. That one says 5.5 pounds. And she doesn't even have a big belly. Don't laugh at me for my little Bass Pro Shop analog scale. Simple and efficient. She's got a little broken jaw. I can feel it right here. Big old girl. Get her back in. Tally. Again, hit it on the pause. Just pause it for a second on my crank. And right once you pause it, pickerel. I don't know. I'm going to take a chance on this one though. This thing up. Another fat one too. Look at the bellies on these fish. She hit it 3 times before she got it. There you have it. It's a shallow running jerkbait. Basically your 3.5 inch size, and I'm just swimming it like you would a shad wrap or flicker shad, something real subtle. In the wintertime, they like subtle baits. And when they're not into that jerk pause of a jerkbait that I love to do when they're aggressive, I can see them following it, but they're not committing to it. So as soon as I started just slowly winding it, a lot of these fish are finally committing. So try that when you are fishing that jerkbait or conditions are tough in the wintertime, and just slow line that jerkbait and put them in the boat. Till next time, tight line.